Oh, that took a long time. Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, Sheila versus Poppy on the Ball and the Beautiful. Now, if you saw what I saw, you saw a woman who does not know who the hell Sheila is, but like most things in life, like most people in life, love to play the game of F around, and her ass is going to find out. Now, we got a lot to talk about tonight. General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and Restless, and of course, Beyond the Caves. The roll call. Let's get this started. Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tommy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmont, aka Mr. GQ's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South. How is the lovely Queen doing tonight? Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How are you doing, Ron? At the bank is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Monique is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm over, cat. Yeah. Join the club, Tommy. Now, okay. I don't know why I have to sit there and say this, but I'll say this just for shits and giggles. Of course, Queen. Of course. Of course, Queen. Of course. You know, it's always good to see you. This goes without saying. I'm good, Blackmon. I survived today, so I'm very happy. Um, and it's good to see you. Now, as usual, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'll say this anyway. I am one person. There is 13 people so far in this chat. I am not going to get to every single comment, so just understand and be cool. All right. If I miss your comment, you know, I'll get to your comment at some point, but there's a lot of people here. My week was good, Tommy. How was yours? Was good, Justin? How are you doing tonight? Autumn, how are you doing, my lady? What the F is wrong with Willow signing those papers saying Drew is Willow's and Amelia's legal guardian? She has lost her mind. How is she going to do that to Michael? That's not right. Hmm. Glad to hear that, Justin. Glad to hear that. Glad you're good. Um, Sheila deserved that slap. Sheila deserved that slap by Poppy because she's the last to throw stones. Said the woman who made Steffi, Grandma, and Grandpa live a living hell. Eric and Stephanie and Lauren. That is, yes, yeah. I'm like, well, you got some bodies on you. You don't get to like you don't get to sit there and start running off with the mouth when you got some bodies on you. That's actually very true. That is 100% true. Yeah. But Sheila came back with I never finished in my I never fished in my own. But see, okay, and see that's the thing though, right, Monique? Like, what's good, Cherry? That's the thing though, right? She doesn't seem like she is mad. She seems like she was good last day. She seemed like she would like this was more of a gotcha moment. I'm like, I love getting good news. Now where else my damn music at? Oh, okay. So Dion is coming on. Okay. Where's my music at? There we go. Tommy says Bill wants a relationship with his daughter. He may wind up having another daughter at this point with Haley, right? Haley said that she might be pregnant. As said, Alexis Davis is a harbor excuse of a mother because when Christina strikes again, I want her to remember that she once again not letting Christina face consequences. Yes, we're gonna get to that too. We're gonna definitely get to that too because I got issues with that. It's almost like it's like she didn't learn her lesson the last time. Um, Tommy says, "Why is Kat so mean? Because she's a spoiled, rich, entitled little girl. That's why." And that's the thing, though, right? Like Eva, you know, the problem is, even if we sat there, pathetic. Ugh, pathetic. Um, but yeah, it's like you didn't learn a damn thing. You did not learn anything. Both Jack and Jason said the same thing to Carly, but said it differently. Yeah, at first I was like, why are you sitting there trying to gas this chick, gas her up and gear her up and everything like that? I'm like, what are you doing? Tommy says you're right. I think it's going to be end of the month when Ted Secret comes out. Yeah, that seems about right. I mean, May Sweet Street, right? Ron says, Albert, were you mad at Ray because Sean owes him nothing? Then I wasn't mad about anything. I was mad about being at work. Owes him nothing. Then has the nerve to throw the ex-wife Belle sleeping with EJ in his face. That was uncalled for. That's why none of his relationship lasts. You got a point. I don't know. Rafe has been out of pocket. He just assumed because he saw her blouse that he just assumed that was good, Lisa. He just assumed that they slept together. I'm like, bro. And then you just decide to first of all, even Sammy sat there and said that Rafe was out of pocket with the whole, oh, well, you should know who I am. Like, how come you don't know who I am? I'm like, your own damn sister didn't know who you were. Like, what are you doing at this point? And then he didn't even have the balls to sit there and talk to her like an actual person. Like that's the part that just like really blows me. Um, oh, you saw Tamales, right? Last city says Poppy and Sheila. What was the point of that? You gotta kill talking to Killer talking to a drug addict. What was the point of this? Whose side are we supposed to be on? Who we supposed to be rooting for that situation? Well, that's the dilemma of the question, already. Um, I mean, the if I had to sit there and name a theme for Born a Beautiful today, it would be pathetic. It would be pathetic. Um, because you got Brooks Smith there talking about I still want to be with Ridge. You got Luna throwing herself at Will, and you got Daphne throwing herself at Carter. Isn't Daphne supposed to be this big deal or whatever? Like she's supposed to be this perfume goddess or whatever. And she walked in that office the first time that they met. She walked in there like she owned the place. But now she's all like, "Oh, I'm gonna sit there and find a way for you. I'm gonna get you over, have you get over hope or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, you doing too much." Ron says, "Ah, but did you see the look on Phil's face when Xander was asking if Vivian has anything on him?" Yes. I feel like that's the part where it started to get on a low end. Like, let's see, what did I even write for days? Because I feel like there wasn't really a lot. Oh yeah, Vivian wormed her way back into the house. I can't wait to sit there and see how do you feel about Audra? About tomorrow's episode? I don't want to get into it too much because I know some people didn't see it, but Audra's an idiot, though. Audra's an absolute moron. The fact that she's like, oh, well, Victor's going to sit there and give me a new company. I was like, he can give you the Oh, she was on today? Oh, okay. I mean, the point is, she's like, oh, well, Victor's going to sit there and give me, Victor's going to sit there and give me a new company. I was like, it could be a company that could be the head of sanitation. Like, what are you talking about? Thank you. Well, I saw it tomorrow's episode, Tommy, but it says, Albert, I think Haley might have planned this, and if she is pregnant, we can get a flashbacks of her and Bill how they got together from her point of view. Yeah, just like they did with Danny, right? Oh shit. Monique says, Why do I get the feeling Luna is going to blank Will and make him think they slept together, or she somehow gets Will phone and text Alexa to come over, and that's where Alexa will catch them in bed. Probably the second one. Probably the second one. If I had to sit there and say, no, Ron, I wasn't angry. I was waiting for the caffeine to kick in. I generally don't have really a lot of emotions. Um, Lassie says, how was Linda's disguise good? She had a mustache, glasses, and a hoodie. The clothing department couldn't come up with something better than, so they went with the Clark Kent disguise. Yeah, it was lame. It was lame, but you know, it was. The thing was, it was their attempt at humor. It was their attempt at humor. Monique says Victor gave Adam his own office. It was an That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is so. What's good, Jonathan? This is so dumb. And I don't want to spoil tomorrow's. Um. Well, last thing I said their version of humor. I didn't say humor like as an actual humor. I said their version of humor. There's a difference. Um. But yes, it's just one of those things where it's like the thing is, last day that part wasn't even really that important. I mean, it was stupid, but it was whatever. Um, the fact that Luna isn't there throwing herself at this man is just pathetic. But see, here's the thing: like Kyrie's one of doing his stream, I think yesterday or Saturday, and he was pretty much like he was not there suggesting that Will and Electra have an open relationship. This way, he can go out there and you know, do his thing. And when she's ready, that's cool. And somebody in his chat was like, oh, well, I think that Will should wait. And I was like, why? Listen, a woman has control over her body or what she wants to do with it. A man has a control of his time and how he wants to sit there and spend it. If he doesn't want to sit there and wait, it was good cherry ice cream. If he doesn't want to sit there and wait, then he doesn't have to sit there and wait. He can choose to go somewhere else. I don't understand why men have to sit there and get a bad name because they decide, you know what, listen, if you're not going to sleep with me, then I don't want to be with you. Like I don't, this is what I want. You know, we should be, you're practically getting chastised for something where at the end of the day, it's your time. You can spend your time how you want to spend your time. It's like a woman can do what they want to do with their body. Like it's not. Johnson says Gabrielle's daughter Ariana is returning as a teen. Is that a theory? that you got going on? Is that a theory? But yeah, sir, I I'm so listen. I could have swore I said hi to you when you first came in, but if I didn't, my bad. Um, like the beginning stage of Liam, Steffi, and Hope. Love Triangle in 2011 is basically the same story. Yeah, that seems right up Brad Bell's alley, right? No, it's official. She's been casted. Oh, okay. Yeah, some fresh blood. Okay, that good nerd. What's good, Island? What a jerk. Yeah, yeah. But that's interesting though. It's funny, Jonathan. I thought about um what the hell I was gonna say there. Yes, I heard about that too, Jonathan. We were talking about that this week, and I think I only saw you like one day though. Okay, Ed. So let's talk about that for a hot minute. Danny was not there complaining that her whole year has been hell for her, right? Vernon comes in and talks about his struggles from back in the day, where well, black people were treated less than. Um, I understood what he was trying to do to put her problems in perspective, and on one hand, I get that because it's like, yo, listen, even if your year was bad, his year was a lot worse back when he was around. He had segregation and stuff, so I get that. Um, what's good, Alyssa Jefferson? Um, but I also kind of felt like he was kind of dismissing Danny's feelings by simply saying, "Oh, well, back in my day, my all right, you have a good night, Cherry. Have a great night." Oh Lord. Um, it's like you're basically Smith saying like her problems aren't really as like her feelings aren't valid. Her struggles may not have been as grand as Vernon's struggles, but to sit there and try to make it seem like, oh well, you had nothing compared to me, it's like you're kind of I don't know, Ron. I don't know. Um, like, well, boo hoo, you had it bad. Now I had it. It's. I felt like it's kind of in a way somewhat dismissive. Okay, Island says what Drew did was disgusting. Why on earth would he do that? Like the cult member she is, and the idiot will sign the documents. OMG. I'm pretty sure you meant OMG. Yes, yeah. Looks can definitely be deceiving, right, Ed? Thank you for watching it from Friday. What's good, Deluxe? But yeah, Eileen. I I won't really go all that far, but it's definitely out of pocket, right? It's definitely an out of pocket thing for it's out of pocket for Drew to be you know, signing away basically to saying that Willow is Scout's legal guardian. Because I'm pretty sure Sam wouldn't want that. And I didn't talk about that in my review because I don't know why, but like Sam wouldn't want that. Sam wouldn't want Willow the way she's acting right now to be a legal guardian. Um, oh, we're gonna go on that too, Jay Blues. Good to have you here. Lastly said Danny was cheated on, not like she got an arm cut off or something. You know, I'm, I'm just going to chalk that up to a lack of experience when it comes towards women and dating, because it seems like you act. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Yes, hit that like button. Hit that like button because it really does actually help. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. You act like, oh, it's just no big deal. She just got cheated on. So what? It's not a big deal. Like, you know, I feel like you say that so callously because you haven't been in a relationship before. So it's very easy to sit there and just be dismissive towards um and this is the thing, this is a marriage, bro. This is not even a relationship. This is a marriage that she's been with somebody for X amount of years. Um YNR1, Beyond the Gates 2, Born the Beautiful 3, GH4, and Days 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that comment in a hot minute. Yes, and I get that last day. I do, but like, see that. I mean, there's a difference. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it's very easy for you to sit there and be kind of callous and being like, "Oh well, it's not that big of a deal." Like it's not like your arm got cut off. It's like it does feel like a piece of you is missing when you've been with somebody for that long period of time. You've been in a relationship. You had a life. You planned that life and you assumed that that was going to be your forever person. And you're just like, oh, well, come on. It's not like her arm is cut off or anything like that. Okay, Cherry, okay. Ron says, I was listening to JRJ and I asked Tim and Candace Mack if they both want Sheila, Carter, and Luna pregnant at the same time. And he responded that nobody wants to say, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yep. It's funny, Jonathan. I actually did put that in my I did put that in my title on Saturday. I was gonna put something else on Saturday too. Monique says everything Jack said about Willow and Drew was spot on. Yeah, it was. It says I think Paulina should talk to Sammy before she tried to pull her weight on trying to get what EJ did, her charges back up. I know she don't like EJ, but that Sammy can also find another way. Yeah, I mean, you're drudging up all this other stuff. And yeah, no, I agree with that. Island says Drew wants to replace Michael. He's a narcissist head case. Willow will follow anything that any of her partners does. She's so weak minded. Um, let's see. Here's again, and I'm gonna sit there and say this once, and that's just gonna be that. I understand what Carly's trying to do. I still felt like that was out of pocket for Willow for Carly to be sitting there assaulting Willow. Because the thing is, you're not his thing. It's not like, oh, you're just slapping Willow or you're slapping sensitive Willow. It's like, no, you're assaulting Wiley and Amelia's mother. You have your grandmother that's not there. Um, people are sitting there like, yeah, Carly, you go, girl. And it's like, what are you talking about? How are we sitting there saying that it's okay for Carly, the grandmother, to be sitting there hitting the mother of Michael's kids? Like, what are we doing at this point? Like the kids are not going to be affected by that. Lisa says, "Me, Chapo not dead, so Drew can't do shit to take those kids." Yeah, yeah, legally, yes, you're right, Lisa. Delmet, Deluxe says, "Do you think something will happen to Willow to have them battle with Drew for custody? That's when Michael should make his return." Good question. Gorgeous Queen Janet says, "The Willow and Drew." Yeah, the Willow and Drew. How are you doing tonight, Janet? J Blue says it's not okay for anyone to hit out of anger. Yeah. But see, that's my whole thing, though. And it's good to see you, Janet. I saw you in Jabos earlier. This is something that you said. Okay, all right. So just to kind of get back to this comment, Kyrie's Clark, the one only can't stay long, but had to comment on this. It's 100% fine for Carly to slap Willow one good time. She can still tuck in the kids with a yeah. Okay. Um, I respect. Mm, I respect your opinion. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Oh no, I appreciate you, Jen. I appreciate you. I was just, you know how I am. I always like to sit there and see what everyone's doing and stuff like that. But I love having you here, though. Last day says all Danny does is complain. What's the point of complaining? It's not going to change anything. That's why I couldn't get into the show because Danny is a crybaby. Wow, that's a lot to unpack. Johnson says, "Do you think Vivian will spill the truth about the letter to Xander?" Yes. Um, and see, the only reason I'm so confident is because I saw it in the previews. It's because literally I saw it in the previews. I think it's a little more complex than that, but we'll move on. Um, but the thing is, though, Jay Blue, you said something about Drew going to prison for Carly. You know, and see, this is my whole thing, though, right? Like I said, it was stupid for him to go to prison for Carly because you're basically sitting there saying that Carly's kids are more important than your own. But you know, it's not, Lisa. It's not. And I don't care if it's one time or if it's 20 times, it's out of pocket. Like, my whole thing is like, Carly, if you sat there and you put hands on her, how are you going to sit there and explain that to the kids? Because the thing is, what you do affects the kids. This is why, in situations like that, you don't have to like each other. You just have to be civil. You know, her hitting what you call it is out of pocket because then it's like, okay. Last day says even her father against her complaining at this point is against her at this point, but her complaining. I don't think it's that simple. I think that he is. I don't think he's complaining. I don't think he's tired of it. He's just trying to put what she's going through in perspective. But it's not like she's. It's not like he's always dismissing her feelings. It's not like he's not there saying, "Oh, well, just shut up and stop crying, you big crybaby." I'm messy and I'm happy with Nami. Exactly, Jay Blue. That's another problem. I don't know. Um, we just want to move on because, like I said, I feel I do understand what you're talking about from some extent, but it's like that's not something you could just get over like that. Like that's not just like she was going out with the dude for like 2 weeks or whatever. It didn't work out. She's sitting there crying and stuff. I don't think that you're fully getting. I didn't, but it's coming out this Friday, though, right, Jonathan? Are you excited to see Vivian and Gabby come face to face? I mean, I'm not excited about it, but it'd be interesting to sit there and see how it is. I'm gonna sit there and say I'm excited for it, but okay. Okay, Paris, then should be pregnant. Okay. Leslie says, I guess I'm not a very emotional person. I don't believe in emotions. I believe in facts. I don't, what does that mean? I don't believe in emotions. I believe in facts. I think it depends on the situation, right? I think it depends on the situation, though, right? People listen sometimes with their emotions. They don't hear what I'm necessarily saying. But I don't think I don't think that's the case on the last day. I think you just have you have a lack when it comes towards relationships. So, your comments can come across as a little heartless, you know? And I think that's what it comes down to. And it's fine, I'm not, it is what it is. But I think that's what it comes down to, though. Why would she tell on herself, Ron? Like seriously, why would she tell on herself? That doesn't even make any sense, Ron. Just to see the look on someone's face? Johnson says Vivian is the reason Stefan is gone. Yeah, that is true. I do remember that. Ed says so Kai is going through with the surgery and be the third to have a success with the surgery, even with all the information Portia told him. I guess you will find. Yeah, I guess you'll find out the hard way, right? It it is. I just don't know when I'm gonna get to it though. That's the problem though, Jonathan. Like, it's on my list. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it though, because I did pick up Devil May Cry on Netflix. Yeah, I figured that wrong. Um, Plus, I'm gonna be honest, Jonathan. Like, it's very like I just finished watching Daredevil, so like it's very hard to sit there and pick up a new show. And I think I'm watching like 5 or 6 soap operas right now, but I don't know. I'm gonna try. Oh, you got you on. See, that's another thing. Like, I gotta sit there and watch you. So, exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Perry says, not heartless, just tone deaf and a little arrogant, but it's okay. We all are work in progress, right? Dot, dot, period. Dot, dot, period. Shit. You don't know your shit. Yep. You want to see the reaction. Nope. Ed, I don't think it's in the budget. And it's unfortunate. Here's the thing: it's not in the budget, but it also shows you how much they won't invest in him. I'll say that much. They won't invest in that character because the thing is, Ed, what it comes down to is Kai is not a character. Kai is a character for Trina. Kai is a love interest for Trina. Kai is not his own character, though. That's the truth of the matter. Oh, Enrique Iglesias. I think there was only one song that I like. Wink says, so with Drew trying to get custody of Willow's kids, question, how do you feel about a step parent or... Okay, okay. Thank you, Wink. You're awesome. Okay, so Wink, this is a question for the chat. So with Drew trying to get custody of Willow's kids, question, how do you feel about a step parent or someone the parent dates physically disciplining a child if both parents are active in their lives? Yes, that's the question for the chat. I'll leave that up there for a little bit to see how people, what do you even do in that situation, right? Hold on. I'm actually pin that comment. There we go. Jay Blue says all parents have a conversation about that. So that is a question for the chat. Janice says, do we believe Haley's pregnant? Why is this? Yeah, do we believe that Haley's pregnant? I think it will cause a lot of drama. Okay, so Kyrie says, keep your hands off my future kids if you want to avoid an early grave or keep all your teeth. So Kyrie is definitely on the no list when it comes towards having somebody else. But now the question is though, Kyrie, would you feel comfortable disciplining somebody else's kids? Would you feel comfortable disciplining somebody else's kids? That's the question. Oh yeah, that. What the hell else wound up happening on General Hospital too? That's something else. But yeah, you got Ed, you was talking about that before, and since Kyrie is in the chat, not my kids, not my problem. If they get on my nerves, I'll leave them at Walmart. Kind of a tongue-in-cheek comment, but okay. So you wouldn't feel comfortable, is what you're saying. Jay Blue says Ava better listen to Rick. Yeah. I'm just more surprised that I didn't really care for it, Ron. I didn't really care for it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't care for it. Um I'm just surprised that Alexis, like Ed said, Alexis did not learn her lesson. She is I could have swore okay, maybe I need to go back and I need to ask the chat this question. Alexis didn't sign the papers, right? She decided not to sign the papers. Exactly, Jay Blue. Um, so she didn't sign the papers. Okay, so she's gonna sit there and pay. Like, see, this is the type of stupid shit that I'm talking about from Alexis. And I know people will sit there and defend her and this thing, but she's a parent, though. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot it's 8 o'clock. Okay. But she's a parent, though. She's gonna look out for her little girl, and I'm like, yeah, but looking out for her little girl, what did I get her before? And honestly, tell you the truth, she already tried to sit there and come at Ava once. You don't think she's going to do that again? Didn't she try to come at John Case? No, I'm not disciplined or raising someone else's kids, but I might curse them out if they. Okay, so you would. Okay, so you wouldn't even put yourself in that situation. Okay. Ed says she says she's going to, and then she looked at Molly Christina getting along, and put the papers away. That's what I figured. Thank you, Ed. That's what I figured. Jay Blue says parents have to make tough choices. This is still enabling her daughter. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, but the other thing though, like that's a good question already. Lord. It's weird. I'm not the I mean, I guess when you sit there and say discipline, it's more than just necessarily hitting them or spanking them, but it could also just be yelling or talking really loud or having a certain tone where you sit there and talk. And that's another thing though, Kyrie, is everyone's version of discipline means something different. Some people don't sit there and hit their child, but they will sit there and give them a hell of a stern ass talking about your dad, and I'm not marrying her until she gives birth to one of mine if she already has kids. Yeah, that's true, Kyrie. But like Ron says, question, Albert, can Gabby have Vivian arrested for kidnapping step in? Yes. Yes, that's against the law, Ron. Kidnapping is against the law, forging is against the law. Those are all jailable offenses. Lisa says Ava don't listen to nobody. Yeah, Ava's Ava. Johnson says, imagine if Drew gave a speech during a nurse's ball out of nowhere. Michael appears on stage and slugs Drew in the face. Then I hope Drew whoops his ass. Then I hope Drew whoops his ass. That's just my personal opinion. Jay Blue said discipline and setting boundaries and giving consequences. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, when Wink said discipline, discipline comes in different. Yep, really. But you didn't think I was actually going to be on Michael's side, did you? Like, do you know who I am? Wink says Alexis and Nina have same issues. Take away the power being held over you by telling your kids the truth. Tell Willow about Drew. Tell Molly and about Christina and problem solve. Yes. Well, it varies, Jonathan. It varies, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, I had some idiot. Okay, let's be honest. I had some fucktard in my comment section who chose to listen with their emotions. Now, I said that what Drew and Willow did was out of pocket, right? They were both out of pocket for those papers, signing those papers and everything. So when I sit there and defend Drew, I don't defend every single action, but people love to listen. People love to hear what they want to hear. That's the problem. That's the thing. So yeah, that's true. So then I guess what Michael would do, I guess then what Michael would be doing would be being a coward. So I know somebody who used to be in this chat wouldn't like to hear that. Like to hear me sit there and say that. And I wish they were here because I would sit there and say it 10 times in a goddamn row. Um, yeah, and see, Wayne can know who I'm talking about too. No, it wouldn't. No, it would be him wanting to take his family. Yeah, but here's the thing though, if you hit somebody and you know that they're not going to hit you back because of how it's going to look, you're basically sitting there hiding behind that. And you shouldn't be. But you shouldn't also be scared of Michael though. You shouldn't be afraid of Michael, just like nobody should be afraid of Carly. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Hmm. Oh, Janet, let me know if you're still in the chat. I got to ask you a question. Let me also sit there and see if that idiot's still on. Of course he is. Did did James tell you what his thoughts on was for Beyond the Gates? Because I saw you ask him a question, like um you asked him like, "What's your thoughts on Beyond the Gates?" Like from 1 to 10. Did he answer you? No, I appreciate that, Janet. I just want to know, did he answer your question? That's true. That's true, Ed. She's blinded by her own hubris, I guess. Okay. Um. Yes, he said he plans on doing a quarterly review, and he's not watching the daily. Or he's planning on doing a quarterly review. Okay. All right, Janet. That's good to know. Let's see if that happens. But thank you for letting me know. Appreciate you. Um. I get the impression he's busy with other shows. Yeah. I mean, I get it, to some extent. I'm not going to be a total asshole, but I got my feelings on that. We'll just wait and see. Um, People seem like they have lost interest in Beyond the Gates. The thing is, I think the hype is just not there. Like, yes, it was there the first couple of weeks because it was new, and then people saw it, and and the thing is, the show is like any other soap opera in a sense, right? They have their highs and their lows. They have their good moments with some of the stuff, and others is kind of like, it's not it's not as juicy as it could be. Yeah, and see that's the thing though, right? It's People sit there and say, I've been giving it some time because it's still been like a month and stuff. What the F is Drew up to? Yeah, it's definitely sus, right? Like it's definitely sus. I would definitely sit there and say it's sus. Um, both him and Willow out of pocket on that front. I will sit there and say that. It's funny too because I said that in my review, and I had some assholes in there saying, "You never sit there and you never be harsh on Drew and Willow when they do something wrong." I'm like, bro, did you not hear a word that I just said? Like, oh my lord! I swear, I feel like it's comical. Curry says, but they don't have Liam Spencer for voice Drover. That's so sad for Beyond the Gates. Yeah, the shade is real. Jay Wu says he's really trying to stick it to everyone against him. I mean, listen, Carly. Okay. Here's the thing, Jay Wu, and this is just my opinion. We can agree to disagree. Carly was an ungrateful ass. Okay, this man went to jail for you. He got his ass whooped for you, and like you are trying to downplay his into saying, "Oh, you just want to sit there and feel like the hero." I'm like, you know what? He should have let your ass go to jail. That's what he should have did. You ungrateful ass little girl. He should have let your ass go to jail. I was so pissed off that he went to jail for her. Carly wants to sit there and try to act like she's tough shit. So maybe maybe her ass should have went to jail. As says the problem with Beyond the Gates is people expect too much and just won't enjoy it. Treat it as any other soap. It hasn't even been out 6 months yet, and it will find its rhythm. Yes, and I do understand patience, right? I do understand patience because I do get it to some extent. You're right, Jay Blue. He should have sat there and let her ass go to jail for the crime that she committed. Like seriously, Jay Blue. I mean, that's how she took it. She took his sacrifice and downplayed it. So in all reality, since she wanted to be so damn grateful, I wish she had a time machine and just let her ass go to jail. Like seriously. Um I mean, don't get me. Here's the thing, Jay Blue. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everything that Drew does is right and is righteous and is perfect and stuff like that. But I'm like, don't sit there and try to belittle what somebody else we did for you because you don't like what they're doing now. Because she was grateful before, up until Drew screwed over Michael, and I get that. But we're not going to sit there and try to take a sacrifice that Carly should. Yeah, exactly. Her ass should have went to jail. I mean, she's the one that literally did the crime. No, no, she has not. No, she has not, Kyrie's. Johnson says, "What do you think of the Poppy and Sheila scene?" I think that Poppy done lost her damn mind. And you know what it is? I think that she gonna bring out the crazy in her, just like Electra's dumbass that sat there and started pushing and touching on Luna. I'm like, do you know the body count on this chick? Like seriously, I just it's so. Where is Liesel at? Where's Liesel at? I'm still bothered that he said to Willow, "God forbid something happens to you." Is he? I I mean, it's true, Kyrie. I'm just saying, like, these chicks is not there playing this game of F around, and they're gonna find out the hard way. Yeah, I already hit the dislike button. My bad. Now slap Sheila. Listen. No, she's begging to sit there and be 6 feet under. Okay. Ed says Carly ain't that hard. Sam beat her up. Robin slapped fire out of her, and Brenda in 2010 had to held back when she was going to knock her out in 2013. Carly played F round and found out with Brenda. Yeah. Lisa says she should be in jail already. Yes. We're talking about Carly, right? No, wait, let me tell you something. She's begging to sit and be 6 feet under. What's good, Big Nate? She is begging to be 6 feet under. We're going to be honest. I don't know. I also feel like in some sort of ways, it's like, it's just. Oh, Carrie says, but I saw your B&B review. It's funny how Ivy and Electra were picking up where we left off on. Yes, and I did point that out too, Carrie. I did point that out. Like there were certain things I didn't agree with. There were certain things I did agree with, right? And I had to sit there and shout you out. I couldn't just you know take credit for your idea, but um, I don't know about the open relationship thing, no, but like if he ain't happy, he wants something else. He doesn't have to stay. I remember somebody sat there in your stream and was like, "Oh, well, he should wait." I was like, "Why? Why?" She doesn't own his time, just like he doesn't own her body. J Blue says, "Yeah, Alexis folded up the forms and put, yep, like an idiot." Wing says, let's talk about Carly. She's just as bad as Natalia. Robin slapped Carly because she was being hateful about, yeah. She said something that was really out of pocket, right? She said something that was really out of pocket. And it's funny, Wink, she said it at a time where there was no internet, right? Like, imagine if she sat there, what's good, Tammy? Imagine if she sat there and said that last year. Let me tell you something. Laura Wright's social media would have blew up like there was no tomorrow. And I don't agree with just going after the actors because of what characters that they play and whatever, but Carly would have been canceled. Carly would have been canceled. That chick would have been done. ABC would have had to sit there and make an official apology. I saw clips of Sheila on both YNR and B&B, so that chick's about to, yeah, yeah. See, you exactly, and that was Sarah Brown's Carly, yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. But I'm just not just saying though, like Beast Man. Oh, you mean that? Oh, isn't that the guy, Jonathan? Okay, so from what Ron, because he kept telling us, isn't that the guy who played Kane on Young and Restless? And that's the guy who turned down a love scene with Tracy Abbott, right? I'm assuming that's the guy. He also played Kane, right? Thank you, Wink. Thank you, Blackmon. Have a good night, Kyries. Thank you. I'll definitely sit there and show up in your stream tonight. Daniel, okay. Yeah, he's the one that sat there and turned down a love making scene with Bethany. Yeah, hopefully Tammy, if the powers that be decide to act right. But I doubt that's gonna happen. So seriously. Jesus fucking Christ, the level of delusion on this man is just oof, making excuses now. Wow. It's not just me, so I guess that makes it okay. Um, hell yeah. But yeah, you got so Naomi is not going to represent her clients anymore. So I wonder who will she pass it on to? Have a night, J Blue. Yeah, that was interesting. You know, the thing is, we felt, if we're gonna be honest, we felt like she didn't want to do it. She felt like she kind of had to do it, but if she really had a choice, she didn't want to do it. You know, and I think it was the health scare that really kind of pushed it over the edge. The health scares will push it over the edge. Right? And you know, here's the thing: it would have been kind of cool and interesting to sit there and see a court battle between those two and see how it would have went. Because let's be honest, if Bill, here's the thing: if Bill would have won, then he just would have been proven to be more of a scumbag. If Naomi would have won, then he would have lost his business practice, right? And I guess in some ways, um, given everything that he's done with Danny, and see, this is another problem. I guess on some level, I can kind of understand where Last Day is coming from because, like, every time, optics wise, this is why I need breaks from Danny and Haley, and because I'm so sick and tired of it, just seems very repetitive to some extent. I think he does come across as callous when it comes towards relationships because he lacks experience. But, you know, it's always Bill did this to Danny, Bill did that to Danny, and it's like, yeah, we get it, you know, Bill's a scumbag, like, you know, we get it. But there does need to be a little bit more to Danny's character. Tammy says don't want Hope back with Thomas or Liam or losers. Wyatt Spencer was more a man than the other three losers, but Hope done Wyatt dirty, cheated on Wyatt. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, LaShawn. Was good, Lady V. He did. And that's the thing though, right? Like Nicole broke up a relationship just to sit there and cheat on Rafe with Eric. She did the see. This is why I did not like the Nicole character. I didn't like Eric either, but like it just showed you just how trash that they actually were in a sense. Like as says the better feud would be between Naomi with Haley because she brought her into the family, and if Haley's pregnant, this would be giving us yes. Wink said they missed an opportunity for a cliffhanger Friday when Bill and Haley were trolling Danny about getting kicked out off the charity board. She would have told Haley her and Bill kissed. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they be slacking on the cliffhangers. And I try not to give them. Okay, the one thing I will sit there and say, and I'm somebody mentioned this before. When they do their commercial breaks, it seems like the way they end their scenes sometimes just seems very off. I don't know how to describe it, but like whenever they end their scenes, sometimes it just seems like it's like there's more to that scene, but you just like cut it off there. Like with Days of Our Lives, it seems like you go in a very smooth transition. With General, when they cut to their commercials, they go on a smooth transition. But with Beyond the Gates, you know, Tammy says, "Where's Christina Williams and Danny, Ben, and Young and Restless?" I have no idea. Um, I don't know what their status is, if they're recurring characters or anything like that. So I have no idea. Plus, I don't usually check on them that much because, to be honest, I don't like Christine and Danny. I don't have anything against them. I just don't. They don't do anything for me. But if I find out anything, I'll let you know. Brockway was good. Brockway. Wayne said that's a B&B move, doing things and never bring it back up. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't know how to describe it, but they do a scene and then it just like ends, but it's like, or it's like it doesn't even really end. You just kind of just cut the commercial. It's like they do something, and you can, and the thing is, you can see them moving or them about to say something else, but then it just cuts to a commercial break. Like they don't know how to do cut scenes really. They have cassettes for drama, but I want them to follow through so they could add the drama. I guess. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's hard to explain it. But also one thing that I found interesting. Y'all saw her on my channel before. What the hell is her name? Random Ricardo. She does like watch alongs with Beyond the Gaze, and I found that pretty interesting. And maybe I'll do that for like members or whatever. Since I don't normally watch, since I haven't really been um reviewing Beyond the Gates. But I think it'd be really cool to sit there and do like a watch along, and we could sit there and talk about it or whatever. Like after the scene is over, I think that'd be kind of interesting. That's another reason why I like going to other people's chat because sometimes they have some good ideas and stuff like that. LaShawn says, "I heard that Christine is going to be crossing over to B&B again." I still remember that last crossover that they did. Wink said they also may be editing and discouraging issues. They have a formula and so to go to commercials on days Y&R does well smoothly in transition. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I know they'll get there at some point, but they have a formula and so to go to commercials. Yeah, and I mean, granted, G's does it well. B&B does it well. The only one that I've seen um, is Beyond the Gate so far. How far do you think he's going to get with Sippo? I don't. I mean, and I don't think that. I don't think that she may find some stuff, but I don't think she's going to be the one to take him down. Um, It depends. The thing is, Ed, with Sitwell, he seems like he's a character that's going to stay. So I don't, with that being said, I don't know exactly how much stuff he's going to give from her, how much stuff she's going to give from him. Tammy says Victoria needs to stay out of Nick Newman and Sharon love life business. Like Victor never sticks his nose. Like Victor never sticks his nose in all Victoria's love lives. Okay, I understood this part. Um, I mean, yeah, I do agree. She needs to kind of sit there and take a chill pill on that. I don't really understand that. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. That's that's a whole nother. Mm-mm. Wing says, speaking of why not, the thing is, I actually do like this friendship though. I do because honestly, tell you the truth, the problem, like Phyllis can be a very annoying character sometimes, right? She could be a very annoying character. And every time that she sees Sharon is constantly, yeah, exactly. I do too, Tammy. Um, all the time, Phyllis is always sniping at her, and it's just like it's like watching a little chihuahua. You ever saw those chihuahuas that just start barking and doing, all this like stop, calm down. That's how Phyllis is at times. It took her almost dying to act like she got some sense. Yeah. Yeah, and there was a point when she drank the poison the first time, she was like, "Oh, well, you did it. You probably set me up." Like I'm not gonna lie, I was losing my shit. I was like, "Yo, this chick is so goddamn annoying." I was like, seriously, I was like, "Yo, this chick is so." See, the problem with the Martin reveal is that they took too long to do it. Yeah, they took way too long to sit there and do this Martin reveal. What was the point of that? I think that if anything, I think it just gave a good excuse for the actress to retire or semi-retire. Maybe she didn't want to retire because like they didn't need to take that long. That dude was damn near there almost a year before they decide. Oh well, let's sit there and make him Martin now. Like what? And even him going after both of those two was still stupid, and it didn't really make any sense. All because he wanted to one up his brother. And yes, he did have a tendency of doing that, but like, oh, I want to sit there and pull the impossible, make you two friends. Wait, hold on. Bro, you tell me that you kidnapped two total strangers, have them play a game like we're watching Saw, and all to sit there and try to get those two to be friends so you can one up your dead brother? Like, even for a soap opera, that's some goofy ass shit right there. That's some goofy ass shit. Oh, okay, cool. So you got this title, his this thumbnail. Wayne says even if things worked out with Isla and Tracy, is that good TV? Who is like, I need more screen time with these couples. The thing is, yeah, I mean, but they could have like rolled off into the sunset or something now, because the problem is, Wayne, people were upset because they felt like they were being cruel to Tracy, which I do think that people do tend to overreact, but like, um, what's good, Dolomedics? God damn, how the hell have you been? Even though I saw you yesterday, so like, sorry, I'm kind of overreacting a little bit, but um, it's just one of those things. Like I said, how the hell you been? Like I haven't seen this dude in days. And the island's back. Yeah, and that's the thing, though, right? That's the thing, though, right? Like uh, she's at Jabot's. From what I saw, she's at Jabot's. If you know what that means, you know what that means. If not, yeah. But what's good, Jillian? That was stupid of Willow to sign that paper without reading anything. That was even if she did read it, was still stupid. Jillian, it was it was still dumb. Uh, Johnson says Luna was too much today. Luna was too much. Daphne was too much. Carter was okay. Carter was too much, but Luna was too much. Brooke too much. Brooke was too much, and Daphne was too much. Okay. Brooke has been on this pathetic tirade for a hot minute. Luna is just throwing herself at Will. Like she has no self respect whatsoever. Okay. Um, can't wait for next week. Hopefully, we're getting. And the thing is, like, I'm so used to like. Listen, I'm surprised they actually even still do that shit though. Like the sweeps week and stuff like that. Because part of me is like, why do you have to wait for 1 month? Gorgeous Queen Kylie says I was about to walk out. Heard him say, Carly, no, cat lady, I learned my lesson. Okay. I learned how to be Steve Harvey, we'll say. Max says Taylor's little house on a prairie meeting meets elementary school art teachers scared was too much. So yeah, they got Nick Maroney coming back. Yeah, at least that will give Brooke something to do other than pine for a ridge for like the thousand something time. That's some pathetic shit right there. I'm gonna be honest. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Seriously, Tammy, it's yeah, Island. But if it gets what you call it to stop whining about Ridge, I'll be here for it. If nothing else, I'll be here for it. Plus, I don't really know the character that well, so I'm cool with it. Yeah, and it'll give what you call it something to do. It'll give what you call it something to do, Wayne. And Catley, that comment's for you. And Omac says I'm just hyped for Nick. Nick and Brooke is like Carly and Jax in the good years. Both situations involve a pretty blonde lady actually being happy, but blowing it for a bad boy. Yeah. Mhm. She's so cute and sassy. I love it. You know, the funny thing is, we didn't even actually talk about. We didn't even sit there and talk about her, really. My love, I already, yeah, I already, none, because I don't have meltdowns. So, like, there's no count because there's none. Johnson says, would you like to see Evan Hoffner on B&B playing Nick or Brooke's son? I don't know who their son is. Oh, Jack. I'd rather have him on days. I'd rather have him on days if we're going to be honest. Rather have him on days. Wing says, what do you think Jack is doing involving himself in this Drew and Willow situation? Probably trying to. I mean, he was spot on today. I'll sit there and say that much. No, just a new character. I want him to be a new character. I'd rather have him be a new character. Uh, I would like the other actor to come back as Trev. He already did. And he pretty much already did. And like it was, it's interesting. I mean, I guess in a sense, since he does have some very failed relationships, it's like they don't know how to make him happy. Like they refuse to make him happy. Kelly says if this is why Frank needs to recast Michael, I'm fine with it because Drew has to go down. Oof, you definitely wouldn't have liked me earlier before. You would have definitely not liked me earlier before. What's good, Tanya? Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I mean, Jonathan, would you? So you wouldn't want him to be a new character. You want him to be. Yeah, ain't nobody scared of you. Mm-hmm. Okay, love. You say so. Um, if Luna really went to jail, oh, what's good, Denise? Denise Marshall. Let's everyone say what's up to Denise Marshall. The thing is, though, like so Jonathan, you didn't see the previews. I don't want to spoil it for you if you didn't see the previews, though. Because usually the first person to sit there and see the previews. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with that, Ed. Previews for days. It came out on Friday. Because it was a question you was asking. I'm like, it happened in the preview. So I don't, yep, that is correct. It is on Sunday. Okay, so you do know that Vivian essentially sells her son down the damn river, right? Like that's something that's going to happen. But what the fuck else happens? No, it is actually Ed. When you look up previews for days, it's going to give you an old clip. So you click on a profile, and then it'll show you the new one. That was my mistake too, Ed. I typed up well, that's interesting that yeah, or that's interesting that you say that, Jonathan. Was as a fan is okay. So if it was, that would piss me off. I would hope they wouldn't do some dumbish like that. Frank says, "How could I forget what the hell was out with the free?" Yes. Listen, I gotta sit there and give me some Febreze. I don't even want it, but every time I see it, oh, Ronnie, Ron, you're back. Where the hell did you go? Yeah, exactly, Ron. You like the shock value. I got you. You disappeared for a hot minute. I thought you want the James channel, Ron. I thought you want the JLJ Media. I think you should sit there and ask them the question again. You should ask them about the Sheila thing. Ask them about Sheila and Luna being pregnant. Man, you don't got air fresheners in your apartment. No. I mean I clean like weekly. I clean literally every weekly. That's true. She's so bad. She is such a bad girl. Oh, well, I'm gonna straighten her ass out. Tammy says I'm making an Easter dinner this weekend. That's nice for you. I'll be attending one. I'll do that. I'll be attending one. Bill Max says they're selling the hell out of Febreze and it's working on me. I want a future storyline involving the Kofi. Yes. Clean with no smell. Clean with no smell good. Disappointed just like his cooking. You see that, Black Man? That's a sassy diva right there. By the way, I just want to point out, okay, I just want to point out that that was one dish. That was one dish one time, 3 goddamn years ago that happened. I know how to make some food, and you going to see. Kylie's going to see. I'm going to make her something good and wholesome. You know, Ed, I like the fact that he called him out on being a on him being a baby. He should have called him. I think he called him a crybaby. He should have called him a damn crybaby. He act like a damn tattletale. Ron says, Albert, is it true that nothing you can do? There's nothing you can do to someone being a potential witness to a crime to tell you anything. That's why it's called. Yes, yes, Ron. That's correct. But Ron, I mean, right now, what I need you to do is I need you to sit there and ask James because he's on right now. I need you to ask JOJ Media um, pancakes island pancakes. I know how to make the hell out of pancakes. But that's what you need to do. Kyrie's, you stop it. You stop it, Kyrie's. What? I mean, I think it's a question that he really should be in. He should really should ask. I mean, right now he is by himself. I think it'd be a perfect time, Ron, for you to ask him about those twins. Okay. And what I want you to do is I want you to keep asking him that until he answers you. Okay. Don't take no for an answer, Ron. You be persistent. All right. That's what you do, Ron. You be persistent. It's on right now. I'm flipping back and forth. Ah, it's too bad. Ron said James said that he won't be responding to that question. He made it clear that nobody wants. Oh, okay. He made it clear. Okay. Well, Ron, you make sure you ask him that next. You ask him that the next time he's actually back on. Okay, Ron. You don't take no for an answer. Okay. Uh, yeah, I actually am petty. Yeah, I am petty, but that's not the point, though. I mean, the point is, cat lady, is that Ron really wants this question asked, and also, shit. Island says, I once had a red velvet pancake. They were delicious. Maybe you could try to make some. Mm, no, that'd be a velvet person. What? Ron said, maybe you should get cat lady pregnant. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. Maybe, Ron, maybe I think you should ask him that next time, okay? You make sure you ask him that question. All right? Yeah, that's true. Okay, Tammy, I do like that. As says it's still out of pocket that Holly has Doug staying at Magazine Sanders' place without asking them. I'm over these characters doing this. Um, well, I mean, where's Doug gonna stay at though? So there's a problem with that. All right, let's see. So, great. And listen to answer the question. I make my oatmeal with water, with hot water. So I boil my water, and that's how I make it. What? Whoa, hold on, hold on. We got breaking news here. Hold on. Hold on. Ron says I heard that Kyrie Clark and Rantham Ricardo are in a secret relationship. What? I think somebody has some answering to do. Oh, I make my oatmeal with hot water. So I boil the water and then that's it. I don't put anything else in it except for just water. And it tastes really good. Cattle's gonna have some. Ain't that right, my love? There we go. I don't know, Kyrie's. I think there's only one Kyrie's Clark. Color says no milk, no butter, no milk, no sugar, no butter. That sounds cool, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Kylie. That kind of sounds like a lot of work. Like that kind of sounds like a lot of extra stuff, and I don't got time for that. I got time for that. That sounds like a lot of you know. I just want to boil my water, come back, pour it, and then that's it. That already sounds like already sounds like a lot. But don't worry, cat lady, you're gonna like see exactly. You said see now you know what I'm talking about. But you know what? You know what, cat lady? At least Tammy actually appreciated the background that I provided. Oh shit, Renton Ricardo's on. That's okay. Oh, and I gotta give her a shout out. Where the is she at? She ain't on. She ain't on right now. She's on right now. Yeah, cat lady. What do you think about that? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Kyrie. Um, Tammy says, Albert, yes, I did. Oh, yeah, no, thank you, Tammy. No, no, I appreciate, yeah, you appreciate it. Thank you, Tammy. I like old school Jack, if we're going to be honest. Old school Jack wasn't. Um, oh, also, shit, because you're about to leave in a little bit, Karius, but I want to sit there and run this past you. And this is why I love her. This is why I love her. So, I was in, oh, okay, that's a little bit too much. Yes, I was in Rantham Ricardo's chat earlier, early throughout the day. I came in for a little bit, and she was doing a live, like a live reaction to Beyond the Gates, like a watch along in a sense. And I was like, that actually does seem kind of cool. Stop acting like you pour too much. She's so bad, such a bad girl. I have to straighten her ass out, but I kind of did wink. That was not. That was not the idea. I was not trying to pour that much. Um, but it made me think about that. I was like, I think that'd be kind of cool. Though. Like Tammy, I think that'd be kind of cool to do like a live watch along of like how the Bold and the Beautiful. No, no, I can't do Bold, but like Beyond the Gates, or The Young and the Restless. You know, I think that'd be kind of cool because I saw her today. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I thought about that. So she got some good ideas. I get it, Ed. I get it. I mean, it's yeah, it's a lot less disrespectful than than sneaking around and stuff. Yeah, and carry and like I said, I think that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, Tammy, Cat Lady, she's a very lovely character. No, I love how she says that. See, she's joking because I'm subscribed to Granta Ricardo. So I'm gonna see her and I'm gonna see the people that is in her stream also, but that's beside the point. Um, but it was a cool idea. Wayne says, so you know April 29th is going to be a big event on Beyond the Gates. You do a watch along instead of yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me listen. Yes, I do. I do, Lisa. Um, and somebody knows exactly how much I love pancakes. Um, so there we go. That's not what. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I took the. It's interesting because it's like, is Cat Lady running the Ricardo as part time? No, I don't. I don't know, Tammy. You got to ask her. I don't. I don't think she is. Can't be trusted. I forgot. Oh, what I used to sit there and say, those damn Logans. There we go. I kind of lost my touch for a minute. I almost kind of forgot. Thank you, Carrie, for reminding me of that. I don't know what the hell I did the first time, but it just came to me when I bought my fist, which is actually probably not a good thing. Um, oh, it's a joke. Okay, but Johnson says not as untrustworthy as Red flipping as Red flip flopping Forrester. Well, that's listen. That's what Bill said to Liam, which is just like, are they actually going to sit there? Oh wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Hank. That's a compliment. I don't give a damn. What are you talking about, Kathleen? I'm gonna make you some pancakes. I'm gonna make you some pancakes. No, I'm gonna make you some oatmeal. The pancakes is gonna be your domain. Um, yeah, Ed. Unfortunately, I mean it's a soap opera, so you know they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Unfortunately, Yeah, at least I don't know what cat recently did talking about, but she's awesome. Carter says Victor Newman is a bully. Is married to Nikki Newman. He has lots of money, but he will still sleeping. But the thing is, though, first of all, Kyrie's Nikki Newman is a very radiant woman. Okay, and like I said in that video that I saw, she she wasn't looking that bad. I'm just saying. Thank you, Jonathan. Albert Bostic has no relations to Mr. Alar. Yes, he does not get my first name because, you know. Come on, Kyrie's. You know, listen. When I find that video, I'm gonna send it to you. It's a video of them wishing um Eric Braden, you know, congratulations on being so and so. And there's a point where she kind of leans over a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I see you, girl. I see you. I'm just saying. Lady Visa is that a date night meal, Albert? Pancakes and oatmeal, your ass would definitely be sleeping on the couch. And don't forget the French. Yes, the French. Definitely the French beans. One smell of it, and she'd be like, "Oh no, I definitely want some of that." I'm telling you, lady. I'm telling you. Hey, listen. They're, they're there. Okay, they're there, and they're there. Like they're there. That's my answer to that, Wink. They're there. Back in the day was nothing to play with, and she didn't age bad till this day. Lady V, she playing. She just playing. She that's our little back and forth flirting thing. That's that's just what we do. That's our game, ain't that right, love? Every time she walks, it sounds like car tires. That woman is radiant, and you know it. Hell out of here. Yes, she is. But that's how we do though, Lady V. That's Patty Patty. I got a little poppy slap. Yeah, slap the piss out of her. Carries. Rita got nothing on Nikki Newman. Okay, so we not gonna go there, bro. Let's not start diving into crazy town, bro. He's related to Abdullah because of their family connection. Kelly says, yes, Albert, make it. I throw it in the trash where it belongs. She wouldn't do that. Let me tell you something. Cat Lady would sit there and smell it one time and be, seriously, like, she would smell it one time and be like, oh shit, damn, daddy, that's what I've been missing. She'll say just like that, too. She's like, damn, daddy, that's what I've been missing. Oh shit. Oof. Make me a second plate. Make me a second plate. Wink says, I like when she'll Poppy woke up like crazy. Yeah, because she awoke in that craziness in her. Curtis says, I think Rita's going to surprise you with a schoolgirl outfit and some whipped cream and leather. Oh, that'd be Nikki. That will be, listen, that would be Nikki right there. especially the schoolgirl thing, because she was wearing something close. So I love it, people. Link says you're eating off cookout plates or you use real plates. Not use real plates. But I do also have cookout plates when I don't feel like you know when I don't feel like actually doing any dishes and I just want to throw shit out. Seriously, lady. Seriously, cat. Lady V. I think he just got tired. He just got tired. Because you know how it is. Tammy says Sheila Carter would smear all kinds of food, and yes, from what I understand, yes. That's correct, Tammy. We're talking about another Tom Star. He was on. Oh, you was here. He was on one. No, cat lady. It's never say never. Never say never. Oh, that wasn't the case. What else my goddamn music at? Ron says, Albert, what will Gabby find when she finds out that Steffi didn't drop her and he being kept away? Um, Rescue him and throw Vivian in jail? I don't know. I mean, to be fair, Wink, he was actually pretty tame. He was actually pretty tame tonight. Um, there was a couple out of pot. I mean, I saw where he was coming from to some extent. I've said multiple times like I don't need to sit there and see Danny every day. And then when you see Danny all the time, you see that she's talking about I don't know lack of experience is all I'm gonna say. Not in the budget to have Jordan call her son. Listen, Ed, it's not in the budget for her to sit and even talk about TJ. That's more out of pocket than anything else. Like they don't talk about him. They don't like. Cat lady. As much as I missed you here earlier, and I saw you at Jabos, it was probably a good idea. If you would have saw me earlier, I don't I don't think you would have liked some of the stuff I was actually saying. So you know, that's something else that was not there happening. I kept flipping back and forth. I was like, huh, what's going on at Jabos? Johnson says, "Where's TJ and where's Art?" So, yes, I get the yes. What do you mean by rescue him? She has no idea where Stefan is being held and what I'm Smith is saying is, Ron, if she finds out about the stuff, she's going to try to rescue him. Like, if she finds out that Mommy Dearest kidnapped her, ooh. You weren't the only person that was there at Jabos, weren't you? Were you, Kelly? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's why I can't really give you time for your mouth. Well, first of all, my love. I don't do meltdowns. Okay? She playing chat. This is her playing. It's her exaggerating stuff or whatever. So what she does. But you weren't the only one that was there, though, were you? Certain someone else is there as well. See, I know the people that was actually there, as I flipped over there to sit there and see, along with other unscrupulous practices. I'm not going to say. See, she is right. I am petty. I'm vindictive. I am petty. I'm an asshole. I can downright be mean. I do, Jonathan. I do. I do think it was. The sad thing is that, like, I was watching Ranting, and Ranting was like, listen, I can understand why Kat is upset that Eve was at a party and she don't like her. But the problem is, though, like, she comes across as so bougie and everything like that. It's like, boo, I don't care. Oh, you must be so proud of yourself. Well, I'm proud that yeah, I kind of am. I don't sugarcoat it, cat lady. I acknowledge it. I'm not just saying it's always right or healthy. I'm just saying, like, I acknowledge it. I know who I am. I know that there's good and bad parts in me. I accept that. I don't think that that's a bad thing. What's your impression of Leslie so far? She's a nut job. But she's also pretty selfish though too. Like, um, I hate change. Yeah, I hate changes. I do like to have routines. I will sit there and say that much. I do like to have routines. Um, she plays crazy well. I will sit there and say that much. She does play crazy well. You know, I can respect that. But I just don't like the fact that her obsession with Ted caused, you know, even lost time with her dad. And she's clearly somebody who could have benefited from having a male figure in her life. But she didn't have that because Leslie was selfish as hell. And pretty soon the daytime soaps will be one Maurice Short. But I do like the fact that they still do have a Maurice there, though. Jesus Christ, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna just let that go. Let's see, who's in Curry's Stream? Catley says you can go back to the ladies' night and see we called it Beyond the Gaze. You can go back to the ladies' night stream and see we called it with Beyond the Gaze. Even Kai. Yeah, I gotta go back there. I do rewatch that sometimes though, the ladies' night. I do, hopefully I do a part two. Hopefully I do a part two. I think that'd be really interesting if y'all do a part two, Cat Lady. Y'all killed it. Y'all had some fun and like it was just It was just really awesome to sit there and see y'all in y'all element, you know. So hopefully I do a. What? Ron says, yes, cat lady, I have enough energy and stamina. I'm not like Albert who needs Viagra to keep up with you. Ron, you are a national treasure, I swear. But Ron, make sure again, the next time that JLJ Media is they're doing a stream, you ask him about that pregnancy. Okay? Make sure you ask him, Ron. Don't take no for an answer. I really ask him. Tammy says, Albert, is Leon Spencer going to die and Born the Beautiful? It's looking like it, Tammy. It's looking like it. Lisa says, no butter. No butter, no sugar, no anything extra added. Just boil water and that's it. No fuss, no muss is what I say. It's very simple but effective. Ron says, I will also tell him that you're interested. Yeah, sure, whatever, Ron. Just make sure you ask him about the pregnancy thing, okay? Make sure you keep asking that, okay? I'm gonna hear his answer. Ron, she's just playing. She's just playing. She don't mean it. She's just playing. Come on, baby girl. There's nothing wrong with no fuss, no muss. Just, easy peasy. Exactly. See, that's a smiling emoji. She supports what I'm saying. So yeah. All right, Ron? Johnson says RJ isn't around because he joined a motorcycle club. I just it's so lazy the way that they're doing that. And my love, why are you contradicting me for? I think that'll be a really good, intelligent question, and I want to know the answer to that. And Ron wants to know the answer to that, and that's important. I think we should both be on the same page and support that cat lady. I really do. Tammy says, Albert, so is the real DNA test going to also redone on Beth because Wyatt Spencer said in Google he wants another DNA done on both on Beth. He thinks Beth is his daughter, not Liam. I never actually heard of that. I never actually heard of that. So that's actually new to me. I don't think that was even in the episode too. Ron says, Kelly, are you going to be pregnant by Albert Bostic or is it his fantasy? I'm gonna let you answer that question. I'm not gonna touch that one. And I heard is this fantasy? Yep, I have a lot of fantasies. I definitely can't say it here. And Yeah, I mean anything's possible, right? It's just one of those things where, like I said, with Cat, it's I guess because with ranting, um, with with her, Cat doesn't annoy her as much. With me, she annoys the shit out of me. So it's like even when she's right, I'm still just like I still don't like her. Like I'm still just like F her in a sense. Ron says, Cat Lady, you're gonna give Albert Bostic broken heart syndrome. I mean, Cat Lady, would you do that? 3 more years, people. 3 more years of the bold and the beautiful. 3 more years of the bold and the beautiful. Wow. I mean, I know I said that I can be a dick and mean and spiteful and petty, but that still requires feelings. I love her. Seeing her into bows. Tammy says, Albert, do you think Luna or Sheila Carter crossed Liam Spencer? Oh, caused Liam Spencer to be poisoned when he was drinking and his dad died? No, no, I don't think that at all. No. I mean, Ron, I thought that Born the Beautiful was your favorite soap opera. I thought that was your favorite soap opera. What made him collapse then? That's it. Well, that I don't know, but I don't think it has anything to do with Luna or Sheila. That's what I don't think. I mean, it's crazy. I think that's well, I don't know where you got that from, either Facebook or YouTube. Is there a new bad guy at the Liam? Is there a new bad guy at the Liam? You know, I felt like there was a joke coming on, but I can't think of one. You know, it's funny. I think Tammy asks, I should, I definitely should sit there and hit the dislike button on this. Um, it is second. Oh, it's second behind Days of Our. Okay, so you like Days of Our Lives? Okay. And Tammy says Catwoman. Liam's, you know, I'm thinking of something right now, Cat Lady, and I'm like, I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it because I've been drinking. But if I have, because I've been drinking, I can sit there and say it's not my fault. I can sit there and say it's not my fault. As says, I would love for Nicole to come back so Holly can learn about her mom being an adult. It's actually funny, and even DC said that. You remember DC? Even DC said that. Even DC said that. Yeah, even he said that. So I think that would be interesting. Yeah. Oh, Don Max, damn. That's awesome. You're still here. Dominic says someone suggested Gina as Nicole Rigas. You know what I actually want to sit there and find out though. What is going on with this lawsuit? That's something else, Dominic. Like I talked about it. There was a whole thing, and like it just fell apart at that point. No, Liam William Spencer the third because Dollar Bill is William the second. Will Spencer is the first. And Williams. Okay, so wait, his actual name is okay. I'm gonna have to look that shit up. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that shit up though. And yeah, cat lady, you should sit there and check that email whenever you get a chance. Dominic says I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't quietly settled with. And that yeah, it's like I kind of forgot to sit there and really follow up on that though too. Once this actress that played Nicole isn't going to be hired. Remember, she was one of the actresses doing the show. Also, Albert Alar. Oh yeah. Um, that comment's for you, my love. Yeah, I thought about. It's funny. I thought about that this week, and I was like, also, I was actually very happy today because I got all five of the soap operas done by 4 o'clock. Like by 4 o'clock. I just had no other time to sit there and do anything else, so that kind of sucked. I don't know who that is. Ed says, okay, and didn't realize her lawsuit would affect her job considering why she's doing this. And oh no, it would definitely, yeah, it would definitely affect her job. Yeah, it would definitely affect her job, Ed. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I want her to work. I want her to be on days. That's what she's comfortable at. I don't like the character Nicole. I don't hate her either, but there's just times where it's very crucial. Okay, let me take a look at that. Let me take a look at that. Oh shit! Damn, I missed her. Kelly said, "Damn, just realized my star is gone. I gotta fix my card, I guess." Oh shit! I couldn't stand K Connie. Oh, damn. You know what it is? It blends in with the blues. So, like, I couldn't tell until you said something. Damn, I wonder what the hell she's doing now. Because some people stay doing it. She got a new movie coming out. Ah, it's funny. I was just looking at that 2013. Yes, 2013. I got my thoughts about that, but yes, that was the last time she was on a TV show. I still gotta set up a part two game night for y'all too. All right. Unfortunately, I do gotta wake up early in the morning, so I will end the stream here. If I do get some time to do it tomorrow, if I do get some time to do a stream tomorrow, I'll try to do it tomorrow. I will definitely let y'all know. But if not, you know how we do. We'll be back on Wednesday, doing it up, chopping it up, and having a good time doing it. Yes, with that being said, I'm going to go. Have a good night, Tammy. Chat, by the way, I love this woman. She's wifey, okay? And seriously, as she's wifey. That's why I love her. My sassy queen. Have a good night, Ed. Jocelyn says, join us next time for another edition of Soap Chop, Dapper Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate you. My Michael Ball to my Victor Newman. Have a night, my gorgeous queen cat lady. Hashtag Malbert. Yes, hashtag Malbert. That's our couple's name. Have a night, Ronnie Ron. Ronnie Ron says, have a night, Albert, and don't have any fantasies about Candace Mack and Cat Lady. Okay, well, I can't promise about the Cat Lady because um, I can't say it on here. But have a night, Cherry Ice Cream. It was great to see you. Have a night, Dolomedics. Johnson says good night and hit the like button. Yes, hit that damn like button because it really does actually help. It does. It helps. So thank you, everyone. Y'all know who you are. I appreciate you. I will see you on the next stream. Laters.